Hey everyone, and welcome to my channel again. It is the first weekend in 2019. Can you believe it? I am sharing my take on the Craft Plus Challenges challenge for this month, and it is to be inspired by Indigenous art. This is the page that I created. I was inspired by all of the bright colours with the pops of black. Lots of those pictures there tended to have like black outlines or black spots. And that's where I got my inspiration from. So from the dots, the colours, and the pops of black as well. So what I've got here is a piece of textured white American Crafts cardstock, and I have done nothing to this paper at all. You can see that I have sprayed a ton of water on there. It does warp, but it doesn't tear. At one point, I do get a little bit of pilling, but that is because I try blending some colour with my finger. I started with some magical shakers. If anyone is really keen to know the colours, let me know and I can work them out for you. The way that I was applying them, though, meant that they came out really pastel, so I pulled out some other products here. I've got some Colour Burst powders as well from Ken Oliver, and I'm just adding those, and instead of sprinkling the colour on and then spritzing with water, I'm using my wet paintbrush and literally just adding water to the top to activate the colour and moving the colour around. Back to my magical shakers here, and you can see I sprinkled the colour on, and again I've used my big brush. It's not that big, but it holds a ton of water. I love this. It appeared in my stocking last Christmas, so yay for new paintbrushes. I'm literally just adding colour. This doesn't look very pretty at all, but I do love my finished page design. So you can see here where I'm going with this. It is a Craft Plus challenge, so I do have a piece of craft cardstock here, and I've cut this design. Now, this design is actually, it was available in the Silhouette store, and it's actually a rhinestone cut design. But I loved the little circles, and like I said, that's what I was inspired by the graphic for this month, and so that's what I've run with. I actually had another piece of cardstock that I've done this same kind of technique to, and I was hoping I could get away with using that, but it wasn't big enough, so I was like, that's okay, I can play with colour again. Decided I need a little bit of more contrast, so I've come back in. I think this is the Bavarian Blue in the Lindy's, and again you can see I'm literally just making little puddles of colour and water. The paper, I was really impressed, held up really well. You can see I'm not being cautious with the water at all. But yeah, I'm going to soak up some of that excess water though, and I do use my heat tool to dry bits and pieces of it off. You can see here I've cut 1/4 of an inch off all 4 sides of my craft cardstock, and this is the way that I decided I was going to stick this down to start with, and this is the way I decided I was going to stick it down by the end. So I'm using my brayer here just to make sure that it is stuck, because like I said, my background paper did warp a little, not heaps, and I'm just making sure that it's all stuck properly. I really love the way that this page turns out. I wasn't sure exactly what I was going to do with it. I was contemplating just putting a quote on it and calling it done, and you would have seen from the first shot that I changed my mind. I wanted to bring in some of that black, so I've got my a black pen here, and I'm just outlining those circles. You'll see in the close-ups I had a few whoopsies, and you can see here where my pen didn't stay in the lines, but that's okay. It just adds to the handmadeness of my page. So I did pick up a Instax mini printer. I love this thing, it's so awesome. I'm so glad I finally got one. And I googled Indigenous quotes. Now, I don't know if this is correct or not, but this quote really spoke to me, and I was like, yes, butterflies. And I don't know why I thought butterflies went well with this quote, but I did. The quote says, The greatest thing in the world is to know how to belong to oneself. And I thought that is a really awesome way to start off 2019. I did create this on New Year's Day. And I thought, oh, that's a nice way to start the year. So I wasn't sure where I was going to put all my words. I did save you the pain of watching me stick all those words down. I did go through quite a number of sticker sheets looking for the correct letters for all my words. And then, yeah, I had to change a couple. I did move my words around a lot, and then I just ended up sticking them down off camera. I'm going to add a couple of layers behind my photo, starting with some tissue paper. I also showed you that I did some black stitching around the butterfly and around the four sides of my page. I'm going to pop my photo up a little bit. I'm almost out of that foam. Oh, I decided I wanted to add a doily in, but those really pretty lace ones were too big, so I went with this little tiny one from, I think they're from Doodlebug. Adding some pink behind my photo. Now, I literally just picked up scraps off my desk, off my floor. Yes, I have stuff all over my floor. And I was just like, oh, these colours work, I'll use those. So I put a green there. This is a darker blue, which I don't think I used. I decided I wanted to add some more stuff in, so I pulled out my One Canoe 2 hashtag sticker book, and I'm going to add in a couple of florals from this. This one is one of the clear stickers, and I'm just going to lay that behind there. Decided I'm going to add some more butterflies. I've got the big butterfly, let's add a couple more. I do literally only end up adding 2 more. I do stick 4, I think, to some white cardstock to fussy cut around, which I do not make you watch. I flicked through this book a couple of times looking for extra bits and pieces. I find a couple of little circles to go up the top there. That one has a butterfly on it, and this one says remember. Contemplated adding some of those stars in. And I'm going to fussy cut those butterflies. So you can see I'm just fussing with them, trying to decide if I want to add them to the page. I like the balance I get with just the 2 because that little green one on the circle I thought made my 3. And I think that's why I couldn't find another one, why I couldn't get another one to balance. Just adding glue to the center of the butterfly, so to the body, so the wings can be lifted up. Just adding some foam behind a couple of different pieces to get things to stay where I want them. And then I'm going to use my sticky glue, my Scotch tacky glue, to stick this to the to my page. I'm going to add, what am I adding? Oh, more foam adhesive. I went a bit crazy with the adhesive up there. I'm going to add another little foam. I'm going to add a tiny bit of journaling, and it says, welcome 2019, I can't wait to see what you have in store for me, or something to that effect. Splatters. I think I come in with gold. Yep. I did contemplate adding a few black splatters, but I thought that the black that I had on the page was enough. I'm getting good at this remembering to cover my photo business. and my finished page. I hope that you've enjoyed this. Make sure you head over to the Craft Plus blog to upload your take on the challenge. This was a lot of fun to put together. I'm really happy with my page. When inspiration struck, it struck good. I hope you are having a fantastic start to the new year, and I will be back again very soon with some new and exciting things. Have a fantastic scrappy day. Bye!